Jimmy Hopkins, and don't ask how I'm doing. I've been here 5 minutes and already people want me dead. Even my parents didn't hate me this quickly.
Well, welcome to Bullworth.
Now let me see. You've done a lot of naughty things, haven't you? Vandalism, graffiti, bad language, violent conduct, disrespecting staff. Oh, I'm scared of you, Hopkins.
Come on, give me a break.
Why should I waste my time on you?
I don't know.
Because it's my calling. It's what I do. You excel at causing trouble, and I excel at fixing little boys like you.
Who's the baddest? Me! Who's the toughest? Me! Who's the man? Me! Me, losers! Me! The champion #1! I killed the best! I will beat the rest!
It might be.
The latest release of Unreal Engine builds upon the groundbreaking feature set released in UE5 to add a new level of robustness, efficiency, and accessibility with the needs of different sectors in mind. Here are just some of the highlights of Unreal Engine 5.1. First up, we've laid the groundwork for Lumen, Nanite, and Virtual Shadow maps to support games and experiences running at 60 FPS on next-gen consoles and capable PCs, so fast-paced games and simulations can run without latency. Nanite has been updated with a programmable rasterizer to allow for material-driven animations and deformations via world position offset, as well as opacity masks. Here we're using it to animate leaves blowing in the wind on Nanite-based foliage. In this release, we've continued to enhance tools for building massive open worlds. New hierarchical level of detail support for water rendering and streaming means you can create large water bodies with better performance and a smaller memory footprint. And here, we're using world partition with the newly supported large world coordinates, enabling us to create a massive open world without loss of precision. World partition also features better source control workflows, just one of the new features for improved developer efficiency, which also include virtual assets for faster and more efficient data syncing, pipeline state object caching for DX12, and on-demand shader compilation. Unreal Engine 5.1 sees significant improvements in performance and usability for in-camera VFX workflows that apply equally to the broadcast and live events space. Stage operators get a new dedicated in-camera VFX editor, tailored to their specific tasks such as light card placement and editing on in-display walls. It also provides access to new color correction tools. The virtual camera system is now more responsive and reliable and features an updated UI with a modern, camera-focused design. And adding an EXR or movie file to a level or sequencer is now just a matter of drag and drop from the content browser. Character animators have plenty to look forward to in this release. The machine learning deformer lets you generate high-fidelity approximations of deformation rigs from Maya that execute in real time in UE. On another front, Control Rig continues to expand toward fully procedural rigging. Now you can create a single Control Rig asset and use it for characters with different skeletal proportions and properties. Improvements to Sequencer include support for constraints, letting you quickly and easily create and animate relationships between any control rig or actor. For example, making a camera always follow a character, or keeping a character's hands on a steering wheel. Enhancements to the modeling toolset include new functions for geometry scripting, UV editor improvements to handle more complex assets, and a new pattern tool that lets you tile one or more selected meshes along a line, grid, or circle oriented on a movable 3D plane. Last but not least, MetaSounds now offers additional node types, support for various multi-channel output formats, and enhanced usability. We've also introduced Soundscape, a plugin for procedural ambient sound generation. These are just some of the highlights of what's new in Unreal Engine 5.1. You can find out more on our What's New page, where you'll also find a link to download the release if you're a new user. Otherwise, it's available right from your Epic Games launcher. Enjoy! Earlier this year, we released Unreal Engine 5, making the next generation of real-time technology available to the public. We've created many new tools and features that make working in real time faster, more efficient, and more collaborative. Let's take a look at a few of the tools in Unreal Engine 5. First off, you can create games and real-time experiences with massive amounts of geometric detail. By using Nanite and Virtual Shadow maps, UE5 can intelligently stream and process only the details you see. Each of these buildings are film-quality, multi-million poly assets dropped directly into the level. Thanks to Nanite, we don't have to bake details into normal maps or manually author LODs. And to display these assets in their best light, we've developed a fully dynamic global illumination and reflection system called Lumen. It's easy to create scenes where indirect lighting adapts on the fly to changes in geometry or direct lighting. You no longer have to place reflection captures, author light map UVs, or wait for light maps to bake. With Lumen, there's more time for creativity. There's a totally new way of making audio in UE5. We like to say that metasounds is to audio what the material editor is to texturing. Here we see a graph that creates a metasound. First, an audio file is randomly selected, then it's procedurally modified, and finally rendered for playback. With metasounds, you get total control over the project's sound design, so you can drive next-generation procedural audio experiences. UE5 has animation authoring tools built in. With these artist-friendly tools, you can create rigs and share them across multiple characters with Control Rig, then pose and animate them in Sequencer. There is an entirely new retargeting tool set that lets you easily reuse existing animations, even across characters with different skeletons and proportions. Next-gen consoles have demanding rendering requirements. With temporal super resolution, you get built-in, high-quality upsampling that delivers high-resolution frames at the cost of low-resolution renders. Here we see native 4K frames on the left and 1080p frames upscaled to 4K on the right. As you can see, there's hardly any loss in quality. One of our ongoing goals is to make the creation of open worlds faster, easier, and more collaborative for teams of all sizes. The new world partition system changes how levels are managed and streamed, automatically dividing the world into a grid and streaming the necessary cells. And lastly, UE5 has a significantly extended modeling toolset, so you can perform many modeling tasks directly in the editor. There are tools for mesh editing, polygon creation, UV layout and editing, Boolean operations, and more. And all of these are available not only as standard tools, but also through geometry scripts, which can even be executed at runtime. It's all built in. With Unreal Engine 5, you're ready to push the boundaries of what's possible.